G'day, this is my name's Brendan Carson, and this is my video for Medievalists.net. When I told my friends I was making a video of myself for a website, I had to clarify. I said it's not that kind of video, it's not that kind of website. But here it is. Now, first off, I am an absolute amateur. You could throw a rock into the local pub and hit someone who knows more about the Middle Ages than I do. It's not my field of expertise. I have friends who speak Old English and can make a shoe out of a rabbit's skin, and I fetch and carry, basically. Secondly, I'm a very boring man, so I'm going to enliven this with a few shots of things that I find interesting. Thank you. This is my cat, Twiglet. Or in Old English, Twiglet. She's a bit excited about being outside, and I'm going to put her down. As you can see, she was wearing the costume appropriate to a cat, since she's a dedicated medieval reenactor, a cat of the early 10th and late 9th centuries in Saxon England. I think I'll just go get her. I think some of the things that got me into the Middle Ages were various. When I was in primary school, our teacher read to us, and she read to us Beowulf, and she read The Hobbit, which I loved. There was a TV series, I can't remember what it was called, it was on the BBC, and it featured, I remember one thing, there was, I think Gawain and Gaheris, fighting each other, and it wasn't something courtly and ornate, it was, or chivalric. There was two huge men blundering at each other with huge swords. There was Shakespeare and Marlowe. There's no way of saying that without sounding a little bit up yourself, but the language in that, and the stories in that. There was I think that's pretty much most of it. There was what?
Your mother.
My mother, of course. God. Okay, my mum was a Ricardian, and she still is, and she believed, and I believe, that Richard III was, to an extent, unfairly accused. But in 1985, which was the 500th anniversary of his death, we hung the house in black bunting, and we all had to go around in mourning clothes. I do not exaggerate. That was pretty much it, wasn't it? Oh, yep. These are some of my chickens. One of them, apparently, and I'm not the chicken go-to person, is a Dorking, which is meant to be the breed that is most like the chickens of the early Middle Ages. Now, the Dorking, from what I can tell, was right there a minute ago. Hold on. Can you come around here, okay?
Yes.
The Dorking is the one with the white neck and the red hair, or not hair. What do chickens have?
Combs.
Combs. Okay, the one with the red comb, which is now making itself even less visible. But that'll do, right? Right. Also here, nothing to do with the Middle Ages. Here's our apricot tree, and we've got cats over there. This, I think, is an avocado tree. These are our dogs. So that's Flora, who just went behind Katie. Flora! There you go. And Sebastian, who's probably running away. There you go. Yeah, that was him. Okay, there's a fig tree over there. There's a pheasant tree. I keep calling it a peasant tree. There's a pheasant tree over there which I built. Yes, anyway, onward and inward. Okay, I can see how I got into the Middle Ages. There was Lord of the Rings, there was the Michael Alexander translations of the earliest English poems, and of Beowulf. Get those, they are beautiful, they are beautiful. But it's harder to explain exactly why. Some of it is religious. Part of what I believe comes through that, and I feel I have to understand that. Part of it is my own natural perversity. A lot of my friends, the vast majority of my friends, are great believers in reason and progress and rationality and skepticism. I feel sometimes when they speak that I can almost see the initial capital letters. And I am more pessimistic about the human condition than that, and I can't follow them through that. There was part of it is wanting to defend, and I know this makes no sense, wanting to defend people who aren't here to defend themselves. To a certain group of people, the adjective medieval implies backwardness and superstition and burnings and all that kind of stuff, when there was a lot more than that. It was a lot more complex, and it's, you know, I think sometimes history is a story we tell ourselves for our own purposes about the people who went before, to differentiate ourselves from that. Like I said, these ideas may not make sense. Part of it is I am humbled by what medieval people did. The fact that to write a book you had to get ink out of a gall in a tree, and you had to get the quill, and to make a book it was the skins of a flock of sheep. You know, that is humbling what people could do. There you go. I have a mighty sword. This is not a sexual metaphor. I actually have a mighty sword. Exhibit A. It was given to me when I was the senior doctor on, and pretty much the only doctor on, in the only public methadone clinic in the most violent part of the state. Looking at it, I think it might have been more useful as a turning up present, but that's not how it panned out, but here it is. It's vaguely Saxonoid. Okay. Say when. In the late 9th and early 10th centuries, England was further weakened by a series of sea invasions from gigantic pool noodles. There you go. Okay, so that's the video. What now? I'm writing a book. It is using some of these ideas I've spoken about. It's based on inspired by the Hereford Mappa Mundi. It's, you know, I've finished things before I've had them published by my book. It will be, it's 200,000 words. I'm a third of the way through the second draft. It should be finished by summer, end of this year, and I anticipate it will be out, you know, sometime not that long after that. My wife and I, when we're able to, are going to go, I can't even pronounce this, down the Via Francigena, the Pilgrim Road from England, you know, over the Alps to Rome, not walking it obviously. And lastly, thank you so much for this service. I don't spend a lot of time on the internet. What I do is email, a bit of Facebook, and a lot of research that has been made so much easier by the free service that the people behind this website provide. If any of you end up on drugs and want to get on the methadone program, I could say pop round and I'll put you on free. No, but if there's anything I can ever do for you, feel free to ask, because you've made things a great deal easier for me. This is a valuable public service, and we're grateful. Here endeth the video.